Hey, good morning, Huntsville, and welcome in on a Friday edition of Good Morning Huntsville. Thanks for joining us here. Hope you are having a blessed start to the end of your week here. Episode number 24 on a May the 12th, and so we are continuing to move along throughout the month. As always, chime in. Let's get started on a good foot this morning. Let us know what you're thankful for, and let us know that you're out there this morning. Please like, share, and comment here on this broadcast. We're going to be giving away some prizes again today. A beautiful bouquet of flowers is going out to somebody today as well, so make sure that you follow the directions here in a little bit. All you got to do is like this broadcast, comment with hashtag Visit HuntsvilleTX or Good Morning Huntsville, and then be sure to share it, and you'll have an opportunity to chime in here. So Billy Cauthen, Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, man, joining us here again on a Friday. It was fun last week.
Oh, yeah, had a blast.
Can we bring back a little Huntsville history real quick? Are we allowed to do that?
Yeah, what do you want to know about?
We were talking about two gentlemen, fine gentlemen in this community years ago, and someone that I have tremendous respect for. And there was a dynamic duo. Somebody one time had called Brian Adams and I the dynamic duo, and I said, no. And then someone said, hey, you're the voice of the – I said, no, I'm never going to be the voice of anything in Huntsville or anywhere for that matter, because that title will go to our friend, Mr. Cooter Roberson. And we were talking earlier, what was the old phrase with Cooter and Leroy?
Oh, man, they were the Biscuit Brothers.
The Biscuit Brothers, man. Oh, yeah. So I was thinking whenever you and I were sitting down, we need to do them a good service this morning.
Absolutely.
And so I never had a chance to get to know Leroy, but I heard so many wonderful stories about him.
He was awesome.
And those two gentlemen are just some of the finest that you'll ever know and ever meet in Huntsville, Texas. And I did get to know Leroy's son a little bit. He had messaged me on Twitter back and forth over the years and got to know him. And then, Cooter and I became good friends, got to know each other. We go eat every once in a while at Rodeo, man. So it's a plug for Delphina. She don't even sponsor. I'm going to give her a plug because she does such good work here.
Or send her a bill or something.
Huntsville. That's right.
Yeah.
Delphina, you'll be getting that.
Yeah,
so
just check the mail. It's coming.
Yeah, check the mail. It's coming. Well, again, welcome in. I'm not in my normal Hello Huntsville shirt today. I feel kind of underdressed. I'm normally in a nice shirt like Billy over here. Advantage Specialties has gotten me some really nice shirts that I wear almost every day, but I've been broadcasting a little New Waverly baseball, and appreciate those folks. They're part of Huntsville, just right down the street, and unfortunately they're in the area round. They lost game number 1 yesterday, but they're going to rebound today. We're going to that Purple City, man, and I just don't know about how I feel about going up the road. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, no, stay away from Purple.
Yeah, stay away from Perp, Neck of Nowhere, but we're going to have some fun. It's somewhere. I just don't know where in Neck of Nowhere, Billy.
It's nowhere.
It's nowhere. So, well, again, welcome in. Hey, look, Jacqueline already joining us this morning, chiming in. So she's got your last name, Billy, so I'm not sure who that is.
It's got to be a distant relative. No, that is my lovely wife. Anybody that can put up with me, I mean, she deserves sainthood.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good morning to you, Jacqueline. We are broadcasting live, as always, in our studio in beautiful downtown Huntsville. This studio is made possible by our good friends at Elliott's Jewelers. Check them out online. It's Mr. Elliott Herzlich at Elliott'sJewelers.com. And also want to give a shout out to my good friend Paul Oley from the gallery. We wouldn't be able to be here without Paul. We work in collaboration with him. So for all of your custom photography, family photos, corporate photos, even custom framing, it's not a dying art. Really, Paul's the only guy in town that does this. And so if you need something framed, it doesn't even have to be a photo. You know, if you've got a jersey, maybe a sports jersey that you want to get framed, please go by and see my good friend, Mr. Paul Oley, and he will take excellent care of you.
So like my little jersey from T-Ball or something that I've saved for 30-plus years?
Yeah. Do you still have – did anyone sign that for you?
No, man, I was the famous one. I signed theirs.
No, yours was one of those that someone else needed to sign.
Yeah.
You know? And then
leave.
It's got more. It's like me, man. If I had a jersey, if someone else signed it, would have more value than if I signed
exactly.
it. So, yeah, let us know you're out there this morning. Chime in. A lot going on at our community this weekend. We got some good events coming up. The Wine Down, Whiskey Up taking place. We're going to be giving away tickets to that here in a little bit as well. And you know what? Today I'm feeling generous. I'm going to give away 2 tickets. So that way, you know, if there's a couple out there that wants to go, we're going to give away 2 tickets for that event coming up tomorrow. Mother's Day is right around the corner, and we had a really awesome post on Facebook earlier this week on our Hello Huntsville Facebook page that wanted to honor all the mamas out there. So I don't know if you saw that, Billy, or not.
I think I did.
But we encouraged everyone that's out there to post a picture of your mom and let us know what you're thankful for about your mother. And we had quite a bit of interaction on that. And I was trying to find that post because, you know, I should have had this pulled up before we got started. But again, a lot of folks were chiming in. I kind of started. I had to. I posted a picture of my mom. She's all the way back in Central Texas. And I love her very much. And so crazy to think about, you know, Mother's Day is here. For us guys, you know, we have very important, significant others in our life. What is Mother's Day for you? You know, whenever you're able to just honor Jacqueline.
When you say that, I think of all the things that she's done. For our kids, she's everything for them. I'm there to yell at them in the morning. Other than that, she handles all their needs, and I'm clueless. I mean, I'm proud of myself that I remember their birthdays. And that's only because when I make them a doctor's appointment, that's the first thing they want to know. They don't even want to know your child's name. They want to know their date of birth.
That's right. Yeah, well, Kathy Schweitzer, she had posted, she said, talking about her mother, posted a beautiful picture. We're showing these right now, by the way, and so we wanted to honor mamas here this morning. She said she loved unconditionally and knew all of the special touches to show people. It's just beautiful this morning. Jessica Lacey also chimed in about her mom. Carla said she's the best Nana, and we couldn't make it without her unconditional love and support. Love you, Mom. Nelson Amaya, our good friend over at Nelson Amaya's Collision Center, said, best mom, love my mom. Victoria posting a picture of her mom as well there. It looks like a wedding photo. Rhonda posting a picture of her mother.
That's my mother-in-law.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, so she knew about it then. So this is good.
Well, yeah, we're downtown Huntsville. We know.
Yeah, and then Miss Irma, she had posted a picture of her mom. Man, I know Miss Loopy. I love Miss Loopy big time. Whenever I first came to Huntsville, I got to know Irma, and she was always at Bearcat games, and her mom was always down there. And I made it a point. We had a really cool segment, and I don't think it carried on after I left. I'd love to see it going again, but it was called Fans in the Stands. And what I'd do, Billy, is I would literally just get up before the broadcast, before we went live, had a little recorder in my hand, and I would randomly go walk down Bearcat Alley, and the first person that said hi to me, I would say, you're the lucky winner. And there was always one person that would say, hey, how's it going? And as soon as they'd say hi to me, I'd grab them, and I'd say, congratulations, you are the Bearcat fans in the stands for this broadcast today. So we do a quick 1-minute interview, talk to them about why they're a fan of Sam Houston State, and it was a fun segment. We had a lot of fun with that.
Kind of a modified kiss cam.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So except nobody wanted to kiss me, Billy.
Well, I don't think Bridget would like
yeah.
that.
So, well, again,
but she might. I don't know. You just don't ever know.
Yeah, you never know. We got quite a few folks that are joining us this morning. Again, let us know you're out there. We'd love to hear from you, and let us know what you're thankful for here as we bring you this show every single weekday where we talk about all things good in Huntsville. And again, appreciate our good friends at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home as our Friday Foundation 5 sponsors. Wouldn't be able to bring you the show without our Foundation 5. And Billy, I know y'all's commitment, not just to us, but so many others throughout the community. Saw Greg, you guys support Huntsville ISD as well. And heard Greg's commercial spot last night on the Lady Hornets. They dropped a tough game versus Dayton, so an elimination game for them as well today. And you can find that game on KSAM Sports and SHN Sports on the YouTube channel. If you can't make it to Grand Oaks, I think, where's Grand Oaks at? I'm not even sure.
Is that a golf course?
It sounds like a golf course. Yeah, so Jennifer doesn't know either. I don't know. Oh, she does know. We'll have to ask her a little bit later.
She knows everything.
Yeah, we'll have Jennifer on in a minute. Did want to let you know we do have our good friend Jennifer Nickell. She is the marketing director for MRC Creekside. Will be joining us, giving us some updates on what they're up to at MRC, a beautiful community here in Huntsville that is taking care of folks. And so excited to have her on as well. Before we really dig in, and we're going to have Jennifer on here in about 2 minutes or so, we had a debate this morning. And I've actually talked to Dr. White about this as well, the president at Sam Houston. I've talked to numerous leaders in the community, and it's kind of a split 50-50. Is it Huntsville or is it Huntsville?
I'm born and raised here, so when somebody is from Huntsville, it seems that they pronounce it Huntsville.
Okay.
So that's just,
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because when I say Huntsville, but it's got like this little twang down here in the bottom part of my lip, like I got a little dip.
It has to have twang to separate us from the place in Alabama that just so happens to have our name.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, chime in this morning. If, maybe, what is yours? Is it Huntsville or Huntsville? And if you're from here, you better say
Huntsville.
Huntsville. If you're not from here, like me, you better say Huntsville. And you better learn really quick to say Huntsville.
Yeah, you don't want to discredit yourself.
That's right. Well, Billy, before we dig in a little bit more, too, and we'll take a break here in a moment, how are things going over at Sam Houston Memorial? What have you guys been up to?
We've been busy. That's not always a good thing, but, when our services are needed, we stand ready to serve. So, and, of course, I'm kind of on the building maintenance side of stuff, too. So, yeah, I've been busy, tightening and lubricating, just doing, building maintenance stuff. So, yeah, been a pretty busy week.
Yeah, there's been a lot of great things. And, again, our good friends at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, You know, one thing that I like is experts in celebrating life, and it really is. When you think about the passing of someone, we talked on this show, I think it was with you, and maybe it was with Greg as well, but I always talk about that dash and what legacy are you going to live, or what legacy are you going to leave when you depart from this earth. And that's why I want you to think about that every morning. Part of what we do on this show is we lift you up and encourage you. And today, as I say almost every morning, maybe you're going through a situation. Maybe you're going through a bad breakup. You know, maybe there's a relationship that's broken. I want to tell you right now today, though, that you are still important. Somebody out there cares about you, and you do have value. So no matter what you're going through, some days, man, you know, Billy, it's tough just to have that attitude of gratitude. But you got to start thinking about, we all have our own little worlds and our own little piece that we live in every day. But we do have to have that attitude of gratitude and know that great things are on the horizon. And it starts with the way we think. I heard a message years ago. It was called Transformation of the Mind. And I truly believe that what we put in here trickles down through us, goes down about a foot, and comes out of what we have right here in the center of our chest, man. And so that's what it's all about.
It's all about attitude. There's a gentleman here in town that I really look up to. I won't say his name just to, save him a little piece there, but he says a bad attitude is like a flat tire. You can't go anywhere until you fix it.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
Never heard of that before. So a bad attitude is like a flat tire. You can't go anywhere before you fix it.
That's right.
Well, we're not going to have a bad attitude on this show. We're going to keep things rocking and rolling. We'll step aside. We'll take a break. We'll get to some of those comments that are already coming in this morning. And also want to remind you, before we do take our first break, please hit that like button. Comment with the hashtag HelloHuntsvilleTX or Good Morning Huntsville. You can also put hashtag VisitHuntsvilleTX. Anything that you want to put in the comments with the hashtag, you will automatically be entered into our contest. We are giving away another Klein card today. I'm going to toss in an extra ticket, so we've now got 2 tickets to Wind Down Whiskey Up, a great opportunity coming up here on tomorrow to spend time and hang out downtown. And so that already right there is well over $60 in value. And then for the mamas out there, and guys, if you're watching, you better do this. You better hit that hashtag and comment because we're going to be giving away a nice, beautiful bouquet of flowers, courtesy of our friend Leah Lineback over at Sweet Caroline's Floral Shop. For now, though, we'll step aside. We'll take a break. We got a lot more to go. Miss Jennifer Nickell will be joining us here in just a few moments. Stay with us, friends. This is Good Morning Huntsville. Hey, good morning, Huntsville. Welcome. Well, let me step back. Good morning, Huntsville. Huntsville, welcome back in. I got to get that. I'm going to get that going every single week now. Good morning, Huntsville. Thanks for joining us here on another episode of Good Morning Huntsville. Man, that's just sounding weird now because I've said Ville for like 5 years.
No, it sounded perfect to me.
It sounded perfect. Good morning, Huntsville. Welcome on in. It's another episode here on a Friday edition, episode number 24. Rob Hipp alongside Mr. Billy Cauthen of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. And making her debut appearance here is Miss Jennifer Nickell. Good to see you, Jennifer.
Hi.
Yeah, how's things going this morning?
Really good. They're really good, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's
Thanks
good.
for having me.
You bet. So Jennifer and I are in a Preferred Partners Leads group that takes place every Tuesday morning. That's how I got to know Jennifer, and didn't have the pleasure of knowing you before because there was a couple of other representatives. But the good news is all those employees are still at MRC, but things have shifted around, and now you are the marketing director.
Yes, I am. Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, so great things happening at MRC Creekside. I wanted to talk about that here in a little bit, but Jennifer, just give us a rundown. I mean, how did you get to Huntsville, Texas, and give us a little backstory of you?
Yeah. So I knew a lady who works for one of our hospice groups, And MRC was looking for a marketing director, and they reached out to her, and she reached out to me. And what's funny is I'm writing up my resume, and the next day I'm going to Honduras on a missions trip. So I was like, I'll be back in a week, and I'll talk to you in a week. Is that okay? So, and then here I am. And yeah, it's funny. I am an Aggie. So being in Huntsville, I have all the Bearcats around me, so I always have to gig them. So.
Yeah, but you still have a little bit of, Bearcat in you, right? Even though you didn't go to Sam Houston, can you still at least support Sam Houston a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, see, that's what we're always going to draw that out of you. Again, our good friend joining us here this morning.
Look, are you able to take a picture without this?
I'm not.
Okay. Well, she didn't do it when she came
I don't
on.
get that. I don't get that. You get it. You whoop a camera out in front of an Aggie.
Hey, man, number one, I am a Baylor Bear fan.
Oh,
Number
I'm so
two,
sorry.
I'm an Aggie.
Okay, good.
And number 1005, I'm a Longhorn. Sorry, Craig Way. He's a good friend of mine. So, yeah, that's where we're at. So, but again, Jennifer Nickell joining us this morning here on Good Morning Huntsville. It's good to have you on.
Yeah.
Jennifer, just your background. Where did you grow up? Because you're not from Huntsville, obviously, but you are from close by the areas where you grew up. Let us know a little bit about just kind of your life journey.
So I grew up in Spring. I've been in Spring my whole life. Went through the Spring school system. My church family is there, still go there. And then I wanted to be an Aggie my whole life, so then I went to A&M. So yeah, that's kind of, I don't know, I just grew up in Spring. My family is from East Texas, so we always drove through Huntsville. So, and my mom does call it Huntsville.
Okay,
so.
There you go. It does sound kind of weird, but if you're
that's why we love your mom.
Yeah. So
I'll let her know.
Well, again, Jennifer Nickell joining us here this morning. We appreciate her being on. She is the marketing director at MRC Creekside. Give us a little bit of rundown. MRC Creekside, a nonprofit, a great organization. Courtney Kills actually gave me a tour of the facility many years ago, and so it was great to see that. But first of all, what does MRC stand for? And then let us know a little bit about what the facility does.
Yeah, so MRC stands for Methodist Retirement Communities. And our community actually has assisted living, memory support, and skilled nursing. And we have some communities all over Texas, and some have independent living as well, but we don't have that. But assisted living is where you're needing help with doing daily activities. And then you have your apartment, you still have a little kitchen stuff. We provide 3 meals a day, activities, transportation. Memory support is much like assisted living, just those more needing help with dementia and Alzheimer's. And then we have our skilled nursing, and it's kind of split into 2 groups, those who are needing rehab, which is a short-term stay, and those who are needing more long-term care, 24-hour nursing care. So, yeah. And then Creekside, we are a nonprofit, and one thing that we have is a covenant fund. And so that helps residents who run out of money. And we are able to step in so that they don't have to leave. So one of our residents kind of fell in the cracks between Medicare and Medicaid, and in transitioning her, trying to get her on the Medicaid, Creekside was actually able to step in and pay for her about $70,000 so that she didn't have to leave. It's total care. So if they're in assisted living and then they start transitioning into needing more acute care and skilled nursing, they don't have to leave, and we just want to keep it. Moves are hard in general. It doesn't matter what age you are. So staying in one place,
yeah, it's great, and it's a beautiful facility. Like I said, I've had the chance to go over there. We're talking with Jennifer Nickell here, the marketing director at MRC Creekside. 3 components to MRC, as you said. There is the skilled nursing, there is the Alzheimer's unit, and then also the assisted living. And how many residents do you have kind of at each level? How many folks, guess what is the total, what's the capacity and how many do you have there right now?
Yeah, so currently we have 31, but we can hold up to, I always get the number mixed up, 54 or 56, because we have some that are 2 bedrooms in the assisted living. And then memory support, we hold 18, and we currently are at 15. And then skilled nursing, we hold up to 66.
Wow.
So, yeah.
It's really cool. And, I went up there, and one thing that I wanted to make note of, a lot of times when you think of nursing, it's skilled nursing, some of the facilities you think, it's got like that typical, don't want to sound terrible by this, but it's got like that typical smell, that typical atmosphere. I'm going to tell you right now, when you walk into MRC Creekside, I feel like you're walking into just this luxurious, almost like a getaway. And I think that's so important because when you think about the lives that many of these people have lived, all the people have lived, how tremendous their lives are and that they have value, you don't want them to be in a facility to where all of a sudden it's almost depressing. It's almost like a resort when you go into MRC. It really is.
You ever been there at mealtime?
We did. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Boy, I'm wanting to stay and get a plate,
Yeah, we have that. People say that often.
So just walk us through that. How is that place so immaculate? It is just beautiful every time you go in.
Well, we just have a fantastic team. We have our head of housekeeping, Melissa Bird. She's been there for over 20 years. She is great. If you ever stop in at Creekside, meet Melissa because just as a person, she's such a blessing to Creekside, and she knows how to keep it going, keep it running, keep it efficient. We have our maintenance crew led by our head of maintenance, Carl, and he is just always on top of it. Anything I ever need, he is just quick, and that's just how our whole team is. We care about our residents. I think all of us view them as our grandparents. One thing I know about myself and something I always told my grandparents was I was made to be a grandkid. Like, this is my favorite thing in the whole world. And so that's really, I think, just what makes it is we know that this is a place where people are living and you want your home to be clean and and so we all have this commonality is
just to make sure that everything is good and ready to go. And
right.
It was really neat. Again, Jennifer joining us here, MRC Creekside. She is the marketing director. Walk us through, before I'll get to the really awesome event that was held a little bit earlier this week, which I kind of felt, out of place there. There was only a couple of guys there, but I was glad to be there. I really was. But walk us through just your typical day as marketing director. What does that look like for you? When do you get up? Kind of walk us through that. Tell us everything except your social security number. Just kidding, Jennifer.
We just need the last four.
Wow. Well, it is different every single day. I think some typical things are that people come in and I do a tour with them and I show them Creekside, whatever they're looking for. Sometimes they're looking for both and. So sometimes they're looking for skilled nursing and then a transition into assisted living once they get better. So we're looking at everything. We sit down and talk to them, kind of hear their story, their parents' story, whoever they're coming in for, and what are the kind of hot buttons. What are they looking for? And let me make sure that I highlight those things. I also run our Facebook page, so I'm also trying to find great photos to post. I also do all the admissions paperwork for assisted living, memory support, and skilled nursing, so I get the fun admin side too. So, just regular phone calls.
Yeah, a lot that you're doing.
Yeah.
I think one of the cool things too is you get to be out in the community.
You're
at all. You're in the events. You're collaborating with people. I bet that's a lot of fun as well.
It is a lot of fun. Living down in Spring, closer to Houston, it's there's a lot of people. And then when I came up here to Huntsville, I was like, I understood what community was.
Sure.
You guys have a fantastic community and such great people in this community, and everybody knows everybody, and it's so in a good way. It's just everybody has a kind word to say about everyone they know, and I
heard what you just said, and I don't know if you caught this, Billy. She said you guys have a wonderful community, and it's one of those things that now you're starting to get absorbed in, and your terminology is going to shift here, I guarantee, within the next few months, where you're going to start saying we have a nice community, because you are part of the community.
Yeah.
And I think that's important to know that this community embraces people, they welcome everyone in. And, if you just treat people the way you want to be treated and you're honest and you're trustworthy, you know what? Everyone in town is going to want to support you and help you
Yeah,
out.
absolutely. I agree with that.
When she said that, I was just thinking that me and you were probably personally responsible for,
Yeah. So,
Yes.
it's our
It
community.
was you too.
That's right. Well, again, a lot of folks chiming in. We'll get to those. We're going to step aside here in just a moment. We'll take a break. When we come back, I want to talk about an event that you guys just had. It was a lot of fun, and I was able to be a part of that and very gracious for that opportunity. But we'll talk about that here in a moment. I do want to remind you, a lot of folks joining us here this morning across our platforms. Make sure, again, and I'm always going to say this, to like this broadcast, share it, and then just comment with either Good Morning Huntsville or Visit Huntsville TX, whatever you want to comment there with the hashtag. Feel free to do so. I'm going to be giving away a Klein card today. We're also, and this is a discount card, by the way. You can get some great discounts. They just added like 2 or 3 more restaurants.
Oh,
from
yeah,
Willis.
there's tons of places you can use that.
So, whenever you hear that old phrase, what are you talking about, Willis? Well, it's on here. It's on this card.
That's
and
what
they've got 2 or 3. That's what we're talking about, the Klein card. So we're giving that away, and I'm also going to toss in 2 of our Wine Down Whiskey Up tickets. These are provided by our good friends at the DBA. And also, men, I'm telling you right now, look at this. You got some flowers sitting right here. You know what? This can just be added to what you are going to bless your mom with or your significant other right here. Here you go. We got the bouquet of flowers, and if you just follow those simple directions, we're going to be giving those away here in just a little bit. For now, though, we're going to step aside. We're going to take a break. We've got a lot more to talk with Jennifer, again, Nickell from MRC Creekside. Stay with us. This is Good Morning Huntsville. Hey, good morning, Huntsville. Welcome back in. Rob Hipp here alongside Billy Cauthen of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Also our good friend Jennifer Nickell joining us today, the marketing director at MRC Creekside. Before we talk more with Jennifer, I do want to remind you that we are broadcasting downtown right off University Avenue. If you ever get a chance and you haven't, just take a stroll around the square. You know, the other day I was in here and I needed to take a break. I got up, left the studio, walked around. We have so many awesome shops around our downtown square. It truly is beautiful. So come on down, and you'll walk right next to our studio here, our Hello Huntsville TX.com studio that is sponsored by our good friends at Elliott's Jewelers. You can check him out online at elliott'sjewelers.com. Haven't showed this off in a while. Here's the ring that Elliott I bought from him. It's really hard to see, though. I need to have – there's Jennifer. I can't – here, Jennifer, you hold that up for me real quick. So here's the ring. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so see.
Perfect.
There's the ring that Elliott hooked me up with. I say hooked up. I had to pay for it, but beautiful ring. This is awesome. It's got a masculine look, hammered white gold. Then it's got the regular yellow gold around it. And then I had him put a stud in there for Bridget. And now I need to get another one for Braylon and then another one for Cauthen. And if the good Lord's willing, the creeks don't rise, Billy, I'll tell you what, boy, one day that thing's gonna be loaded with studs. But I'm running out of time. I'm 39, so I told Bridget we gotta get this show on the show going, and
that's right. We
got our next little boy on the way in July. But it's such a blessing, man, to be here in this community, be surrounded by people like Elliott Herslick. Jennifer, again, thanks for being on this morning. We've been talking about MRC Creekside and a beautiful facility here, skilled nursing. They have the Alzheimer's unit as well as assisted care as well. And so a great place to be. And so, when you think about that transition period, we're all going to face it one day. And I think before we were coming on earlier, I was talking about my grandmother and was so thankful that she didn't ever have to battle a really serious illness. She actually had 3 heart attacks.
Wow.
The first 2, she never went to the hospital.
Oh, wow.
The third one, she finally went, and she they found out she had 2 previous because of scar tissue.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And I'll never forget one time whenever I was younger, you ask really dumb questions when you're a kid. And I said, Nanny, are you ever going to die? You do. You just ask dumb questions, right?
I'm still asking them now.
Yeah. And I'll never forget after that 3rd heart attack, and I had grown up, at this point.
Sure.
And she had told me, she goes, you remember when you were a little kid and you asked, she goes, I'm still here. I'm still fighting. And I loved it. But, she passed a couple of years ago, and I think of my grandmother every single day. In fact, I've got a picture hanging in my home office that I think of her every single day. But, it's just about that transitional period. She didn't have to, thank goodness, she didn't have to go through a transitional period. She lived out her life. The last words out of her mouth were basically heck no. And, she lived a long, fulfilled life. But some of us, the majority of us, are going to have to face a transition to where we're going to have to move out of our homes and we're going to have to go to a place and kind of transition on. And MRC provides that very gracefully and very luxuriously.
No.
Is that a word, luxuriously?
I think so, yeah.
For people.
Their rooms are nicer than my house, so yeah.
What's the daily interaction like with the residents? Because, I just want to go in and hug on people. That's how I am.
Yeah, that's how I am too. Well, every morning Personally, I go in and I say good morning and I walk throughout our breakfast room and just see how they're doing. And then, throughout the day, some residents have animals that live with them, so you see them coming through, and they all like to congregate.
Now wait, I got to stop you about the animal situation. I heard a story about a pig. Is this true? Was there a pig that was in the facility?
We had a pig in our memory support, and our residents fed this pig. It was supposed to be a miniature potbelly pig. It was supposed to stay super small, but our residents loved him so much, and they just kept feeding him, and he was not miniature. He was huge. But yeah, he was
That's
so
what
sweet
happened to
too.
me.
Yeah. The residents kept feeding you, Billy.
Yeah, so we did have a potbelly pig.
I will tell you, the other morning, a couple of weeks ago when I came by, the bacon was great for breakfast, by the way. I mean, it was some of the best bacon I've ever had.
They fed him out, man.
Boy, it was good. So, just kidding. But the interaction is so important with these residents. And you mentioned they have pets there too, and I think
do.
so it gives them that sense of still being able to be at home.
Yeah, and I really tried to get to know them. There's one lady who likes to crochet. I asked her if she would teach me, and she said no. So I learned on my own.
Wow, I thought this was going to be. I really thought this was going to be a feel-good story, and then all of a sudden it's like,
She's
no.
protecting her trade.
So what was this like? How did you approach her? Were you like, hey, do you mind teaching? Because Jennifer's really sweet, so I can just see you walking in. Hi, good morning. Do you mind teaching me how to crochet? And you're smiling, and the lady's like, no, get out.
That's exactly how it went. And she said no because I'm left-handed, and she wouldn't know how. So I went home and I learned, and I came back and I showed her what I made. And so now when I have time, I go to her room and we crochet together.
Cool.
And she watches, what's the show with Kitty and it's the old show like Gunslinger.
Oh, Gunsmoke.
Yeah, we watched that.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
we watch that together and just crochet. And so usually on Fridays, late afternoons, but.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I love
See,
that.
I'm left-handed, so I totally get that.
Wait.
Because if I learn a skill, I can't teach you.
Hold on, are you kidding? Are you left-handed?
I'm left-handed.
I'm left-handed. We have 3 people.
Wow.
How do we have 3 people in a row that are all left-handed here? That's what's
No,
wrong
she's
with us.
right-handed.
No, she's
No, I'm
left-handed.
left-handed.
Oh, you're left-handed?
I'm
Yeah.
left-handed, yeah.
We're all left-handed.
Man, see, this is just an oddball deal.
That's why. That's what's going on this morning. Well, I think it's great too. A hidden secret. My mom taught me how to crochet.
Really?
Yeah, I don't really make that publicly known. I have a few times. She also taught me how to needlepoint.
Oh,
and to
that's so
sew
awesome.
on plastic canvas.
Hey,
So
there
I used
you go.
I used to sell little plastic canvas pencil boxes on the bus when I was a kid.
You should start it back up.
That's why I didn't have many friends until
I'm calling my
graduated.
mom when I leave here. I've got gypped.
Yeah, you need to learn how to.
Dang it,
But
Lois.
knitting, that is one thing I cannot do.
I haven't learned how
So,
to knit yet, but yeah, I know you do something like this.
Yeah,
you know?
that's it.
Yeah.
So, well, Jennifer, I think it's tremendous what MRC Creekside is doing. Again, Jennifer Nickell joining us this morning here, the marketing director for MRC Creekside. The event just happened here a few days ago. Mother's Day coming up on Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful moms out there, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But we got to go and invited to the tea party. And I think that was so neat. It was a great opportunity, great experience just to meet some of the residents, Walk us through that event because it was so wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, I actually started working at MRC in July. And when I first came on, I said to myself, I want to throw a tea party. And when I mentioned it, I think everybody is kind of like, okay, a tea party. But I've been throwing tea parties my whole life. I love tea parties. So they're a step above what everyone might be thinking. And so I wanted to have a referral luncheon plus a Mother's Day tea so that our referrals could meet our residents and kind of get to see what life is like a little bit at Creekside. And so I wanted it to be floral and whimsical, and I wanted our residents and guests alike to feel so special and so beautiful. I think that there's something to be said about making someone feel important, and that's what I was really aiming for. And so, You
did put some pictures here. Is it okay? Because I'm always big. This is another thing, too, that I wanted to highlight, because one time a good friend of mine, Bill Schoening, he's the voice of the San Antonio Spurs in the NBA. Great guy, one of the most humble guys in marketing and media that I know. Just a tremendous guy. And he and some folks from his church had said, hey, we go out and we sing at nursing facilities. Would you like to come with us sometime? And so I enjoyed it. We used to go around sing Christmas carols and those kind of things. And, me, I'm on social media all the time. I mean, that's part of what we do here on Hello Huntsville is we promote things through social media, not only that, through our website. I'm sitting here taking pictures. And all of a sudden, this lady comes up, puts her hand on my arm. She's like, son, you can't do that. And I was like, well, why not? She goes, well, there's HIPAA regulations. You can't just take photos of our residents and post them all over the place. And so that's something I wanted to highlight because you guys are the same way, very safe and secure with the residents there in the facility.
Yes, we have general, releases for talent and stuff. And if they don't sign it, we do not post them. And so we're big on privacy there, making sure, is this okay to post?
And so speaking of that, there are some pictures here on social. Can I show these on the screen of the party?
Go ahead, please.
So we're going to show these here, and this is really, really cool. I want to show the photos from this recent tea party that Jennifer put together. Just an absolutely beautiful day. We were able to be there and be a part of it. And see, there's all these beautiful ladies, and then there's like one or two guys right there in the backpack there. I can see because I haven't cleaned up my neckline in a while. Bridget gets on to me about that. But just a great day to be out there at MRC. This was just a few days ago. Jennifer, did you do all the decorations also?
I did.
Wow.
I did all the different centerpieces, all the
Is
stuff
that cheesecake?
It is.
Oh my gosh, that cheesecake was
and only
unbelievable.
Rob Hip gets that.
Our chef made that. Our chef Luis, he is awesome.
Well, we had our friend Jessica Salazar, who's also in Preferred Partners. She came, so I sat at her table.
Yes,
I was a little discouraged because I thought like some residents were going to sit with us, and then all of a sudden I didn't get to sit next to any residents.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
A lot of them brought up their family too.
Yeah, here's
so next time, okay?
Couple
That's the lady who taught me how to crochet.
Oh, that is
Actually,
awesome.
No, she didn't teach me. I'm so sorry.
Isn't
I
that-
sit with
She
the
told
crochet.
you no.
Yeah, she told me no.
I think that's Casey Kroll's
I think so.
Yes.
dad and
Yes.
grandmother.
And grandma.
Yeah.
Good photo. And you know what else is neat here is I see the bingo. Tell us about the bingo game. That was a lot of fun.
Yes. Okay. So our residents love bingo, and I thought we need to have a tea time bingo. So I went to Amazon, got the cards. I was like, this is gonna be awesome, and they turned out to be like this big. And I was like, our residents are not gonna be able to see that. So I blew it up, and there's our bingo cards.
Yeah, and I think it was really great. I mean, the food was outstanding, by the way.
Thank you.
Love the food.
Thank you.
The tea, I didn't think I would be like a tea fan, and all of a sudden I'm sitting there.
I know.
I had some sort of, what was this stuff? It was some sort of like cinnamon, herbal, orange contraption. I have no idea what it was.
It was so funny to look over and see you. You're like over 6 foot,
Look at that,
right?
man.
With
Wouldn't
this
you
tiny
love-
little teacup.
Yeah, a little tiny teacup.
He's like, can I have more hot water, please?
Go back a photo.
All right, let's go back here.
Let's go back. Could you imagine that being your living room? That place is just freaking gorgeous.
Yeah, this is just unbelievable.
Thank
Just a beautiful facility.
Thank
They do
you.
such great work there.
That is our head of hospitality, Melissa, our director of nursing, Varian, and on the right is Jessica, our
Okay.
HR.
Very nice. Great. On the
we know
left.
him, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Great guy. He's always he's in Rotary.
Yeah, he is awesome. He's so great.
Great guy,
Big in
great
the
young man.
community.
Man, those sandwiches. What was that? Chicken salad? Was
Chicken
that?
salad
Oh
sandwiches.
my God, dude, it was so good.
On a
though.
croissant.
Yeah, this was unbelievable. Again, you can see some of the setups here, the centerpieces.
Did you just not have my address to send me an invite,
I'm
or how
so
does
sorry.
The easiest way that you would have known, all you got to do is join the Tuesday Preferred Partners group. I mean, it's not hard. You just join.
Just join. Just
Yeah,
sign up.
just
Just
sign
write
up.
a check.
Write the check to me, and we'll call it a day.
It's done.
And who was the gentleman here on the far
Marty
right?
Ballestero.
Yeah, he's our chaplain.
Yeah, he opened up with a nice message and a quick prayer. It was just amazing to have him there.
He is so awesome. He wore a bow tie for me. It was so nice.
I used to live across the street from Marty. He
Oh,
is
really?
quite possibly one of the best dudes you're ever going to meet.
I'd have to agree with you.
So
He
great.
also plays the banjo.
Yeah, just great. A great day out there. Maybe there's somebody watching this morning. Again, Jennifer Nickell joining us. She is the marketing director at MRC Creekside. Maybe somebody's joining and they said, hey, I don't have anyone right now that needs to be in the facility, but I'd like to come by and take a look. Do you ever open it up to the public for public tours for people to come in and take a look?
I think anyone can stop by to take a tour. So yeah, even if you're just kind of wondering, because oftentimes people come in to Creekside and they have no idea where to start, and that is what I'm there for, is to answer all your questions. What is this process? So even some people are like, I'm not even ready for this for like 5 years. I just know if there's a point, I want to be ready. So yeah, if you want to come by and you just want to look at Creekside, come by and look at Creekside. So we would love to have you.
Are there any events that are going on? Do you guys do any type of fundraising? I mean, you mentioned earlier, this resident was blessed with $70,000 there to stay in the facility.
Yeah.
Are there fundraisers? Are there any type of events that you do?
So yes, we do a fall festival. We have what's called a One More Day fund, which is where it's a gift of $60, and the $60 covers one day of that resident's stay at Creekside. And so when you fill up the jar that is 365 marbles, it's a jar full of marbles that we kind of keep track of, and that jar will cover a year.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Man, when you say like $60 a day, I think I'm paying more than that to live where I'm living. So I may need to see if you got an extra place for me over there, man, because I'd be living in luxury,
She said so, they got some 2 bedrooms.
Yeah, we
yeah.
do.
So man, that is awesome. Well, again, Jennifer, great work with MRC, a nonprofit doing wonderful things as we continue to honor the lives and the legacies of those that are in that transitional period. And so everybody needs compassion. Everybody needs a hug and a love. I always say life is so easy if we just hug on people and love on people.
I agree.
That's all you got to do,
Yeah.
And I'm thankful to live in a community to where we can be very open about that. And people, we were talking about on the show yesterday that this is one of the few communities I go up to a guy like Billy and give him a hug, say, I love you, man. And Billy's going to say, I love you back too, buddy, And it's all, or, it's just, I think that's tremendous because some people need to hear those words and they need that affection because that's what helps us get through bad days.
Yeah, it is.
So,
yeah, I agree.
Well, Jennifer, great to have you on. Any final comments, anything that we left out? We talked about a lot this morning.
We did talk about a lot. I think we covered it all. Yeah.
Besides the website, where can folks go, or where can folks go, the website?
Yes, you just go to MRC Creekside. It'll give you the full history of Creekside. It'll give you the directions, all of our contact information. You can take a virtual tour of Creekside.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know this. And I'm just, while you're chatting here, the website, I believe it's mrccreekside.org. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Just wanted to make sure. And are you guys just have the one facility or do you have multiple facilities?
No, we have multiple communities across Texas. We have Fort Worth, Texarkana, Corpus Christi, Lufkin, Bryan College Station, League City. I think I'm forgetting one, but we have them all over Texas.
I've been making a mistake, and you should have corrected me. And I'm not going to call you out on anything else ever, but I am making a mistake. I keep saying facility. It is a community.
We call it a community.
It is, yeah.
Facility is just a little cold, and it's a community. It's a community of people, and a community promotes love and care and compassion and excellence, and that's what we strive for every single day. So we do call it a community.
That is right. Well, there she is again, Miss Jennifer Nickell. She is the marketing director with an asterisk because there's so much more that you do alongside that title, community relations, and also now crocheter as well. So get your Christmas orders in. We'll see that Etsy store going up soon, etsy.com/Jennifer at MRC.
I want a toaster cover.
Yes, I want a toaster cover. Come on.
Write it down.
All right, Jennifer. Been such a pleasure to have you on this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
Before we let you go, I always ask all of our guests, what are you thankful for the most about Huntsville, Texas?
Oh my goodness. The love that you guys have for each other.
There it is. You heard it right there from Jennifer. So we'll step aside. We'll take a break. Billy and I will close it out here on our final segment. When we come back, the National Day of. What is it today? What's it the National Day of? As we'll figure out what's going on throughout our world. We'll step aside, take a break. A lot more to come here this morning, Billy, on
Good Morning Huntsville.
We'll be right back. Hey, here we go. Back at it here on Good Morning Huntsville. Welcome on in. Billy Cauthen, Rob Hipp here joining us. Man, what a great opportunity this morning to hear from Jennifer. She does such amazing work there at MRC Creekside. They are a nonprofit, and we wanted to have them on. You know, I have Jennifer in our group on Tuesday mornings and preferred partners. Got to know her a little bit, and some of the other staff that was there before her. It's great because I said, you know, what happened to Courtney and what happened to James? And she's like, oh, they're still with the company.
They just move up.
They just move up, and I think that's so important when you're in an organization that you have an opportunity to move up.
When your people are moving up and not moving out, that's you got something going on there.
It's like Walmart says, and I know a lot of folks that have made careers out of Walmart, you know, and we had a lady yesterday, wonderful folks here. I love our local Walmart because even though they're this national corporate company, our local Walmart, the folks are active in the community. They're involved in the chamber. They come out to events. They sponsored the breakfast yesterday.
Yeah, they sure did. Yeah.
In fact, if you're smelling that beautiful kind of aroma in here, that was a candle that they gave me. So it's one of those burning wax candle thing. Well,
did you win one of the prizes?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Couple of weeks ago. So
you and Joe Smith.
That's right, man.
It's always Joe.
It's always Joe. We are broadcasting live here. Welcome in on a Friday. Thanks for joining us. Episode 24 of Good Morning Huntsville. Man, it's starting to become natural. At first, it sounded, you know, like I was swearing, and now it's becoming natural.
Because you're getting your roots here, man.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you the story one time that it was a revival? And Joshua Harris, if you're watching this morning, good morning, you'll know about this. There was a revival down near Louisiana one time. And there was a guy that was there in the back, and, you know, he was receiving the healing, whatever was going through. And all of a sudden, the pastor, he was, you know, big preacher guy. And I guess this guy that was receiving the blessing, the healing, had on like a white shirt and half of his belly was showing. His belly was hairy. And the guy goes, get on down here and get the rest of it. Bring your old hairy belly down here and get the rest of it. So if you ever hear that on the show, you'll know why now. So if you ever hear, come on in, bring your old hairy belly, get on the show. That's what we're talking about here on Good Morning Huntsville.
Now you know.
Now you know. We need to have that little, the more you know. So, man.
I was just thinking for the rest of the story.
Yeah. Man, Paul Harvey, what a great one he was. A lot of folks. I want to get to the folks that are joining us this morning. We don't want to leave you out. How about Tara Burnett joining us this morning? Tara Burnett. She was on from Hearts Museum. Man,
last Friday.
She is doing such great work. So, Tara, good to have you on, Miss Tara. Tara Burnett joining us this morning. How about Tammy also? Tammy, good morning to you. Saying good morning, Huntsville. Good to see you this morning. Kathy Schweitzer was chiming in earlier, saying good morning, Huntsville. And I love the green hearts because it's all about the green here in Huntsville, Texas.
Doggone green and white.
And orange.
Oh, yeah. I almost forgot about that place on the hill.
Yeah. So Sally Hosey, left-handed people are awesome. Oh, yeah, that's me. Hey, we got 4 lefties in the house today. How about that? Jerica, this is our good friend from Fargo, North Dakota that joins us almost every morning. Jerica, by the way, you can enter to win some prizes if there are ever ones that are shippable. So, like, you don't want to enter for the wine down, whiskey up because that'd be kind of tough.
If you can get her to come down for that, she'll probably just stay.
Yeah. So, again, final opportunity, by the way. We are giving away 2 Wine Down, Whiskey Up tickets. This is for the event happening this Saturday, brought to you by our good friends at the DBA. They have provided these tickets. And a big shout-out to Justin Killingsworth over at the Color Bar as well. He does a lot in the community. Also one of our Foundation 5 sponsors. We got the 2 tickets. We got the Klein card, y'all. Discount card. We're tossing all that in. Man, 35 and 35 is $70. Is that right? 35 and 35?
If you carry the one, yes.
That's $70 right here. And then the Klein card is $25. So now we're at $95.
That Klein card is worth its weight in gold.
Check this out, too. This beautiful bouquet. It's been here all week by Sweet Caroline's Floral Shop. Well, guess what? That's probably a $50 bouquet of flowers. So you're getting over $100 worth of prizes today. All you got to do is comment hashtag Hello Huntsville TX, visit Huntsville TX, or hashtag Good Morning Huntsville. And we will be drawing that on our randomizer here in just a few moments, and we will be giving away those prizes. So
you might want to let the nice people know what DBA stands for.
Downtown Business
Alliance. It's not doing business as.
Yeah, and it's not association. Is it Downtown Business Alliance?
Yes.
Okay, because I always want to.
That's what I'm saying it is. So that's what we're going
so I always want to say association. I think it is Alliance. DBA, Downtown Business Alliance. So if I'm wrong,
somebody will
me.
correct us.
Yeah, somebody will correct us. Man, yesterday I'm broadcasting New Waverly baseball, and we're down in. Where are we at? Up in Madisonville yesterday. Beautiful little facility there. They've done a good job, and that's why I'm excited for Huntsville ISD redoing everything here. But we're broadcasting. My buddy Nathan, one of my best friends, like a brother to me, he drives in from Georgetown to help with the game. He drove in to help with all the Bearcat games. When I was doing Sam Houston.
I've met him. I have met him.
He's
awesome.
He's a great young man, and I always told Nathan that wherever I'm broadcasting games, if they're cool with you helping out, you're always going to be with me if you want to be. And Sam Houston was so gracious to allow him to be a part of all those broadcasts for 3 years with me. That was so important. And you know, he's a great young man. He comes all the way from Georgetown, friends, drives all the way in to help us with these broadcasts. So we're in Madisonville yesterday, and I'm sitting there saying, you know, I forget the young man's first name, but the last name was Cortines, and I'm like, Cortines here on the mound, and da-da-da. I go through a whole inning, and I'm like, it's not Cortines, it was Moreno. Had the name mixed up. And there was a fan from Dieball that came over. Hey, you got the wrong pitcher up there. So, you know, it is what it is.
Tell him to go sit down.
Yeah. I just said sit down, man. I'm left-handed. I'm allowed to do that.
You don't even know.
So it gets a little bit difficult. But, yeah, send those comments in, and we will definitely draw for that prize winner here in just a few moments. How about our friend Marshall Altum joining us this morning saying good morning?
We know that guy.
And Tammy also chiming in as well. So appreciate that. Billy, it is National Day of today. And what do we got cranking today on the National Day calendar? Ooh, National Limerick Day. I'm not a big limerick fan. You know, I don't know any limericks. Do you?
I don't even know what a limerick is.
It's like a poem or something like that.
I'm from Huntsville.
It's National Limerick Day. Observed annually on May the 12th, National Limerick Day celebrates the birthday of English artist illustrator. That's called an arter. That's called arter. The English author, and poet. Man, this is getting bad. Edward Lear. Lear is known mostly for his literary nonsense in poetry, prose, and limericks. I don't even know what a prose is. This day also celebrates the limerick poem. Limerick poems were popularized by Edward Lear's Book of Nonsense in 1846. Here's one right here. Let me read through this before I start reading it out. Okay, I don't think it's very wrong. There was a young lady whose chin resembled the point of a pen. So she had it made sharp and purchased a harp and played several tunes with her chin.
That does nothing for me.
It's terrible. You always have to read. One time I was reading through something and it was totally inappropriate, and I stopped in the middle of it. So it is National Limerick Day. Hey, something very important. Today is also National Fibromyalgia Awareness Day, something that I actually know quite a bit about because even as I'm talking to you right now, I have joint pain constantly. Never goes away. It's been like this for almost 15 years now, almost 20 to be honest, and it is a diagnosis of elimination. And it's once they look through everything, a lot of times it's tied in directly with chronic fatigue syndrome. It affects more women than men, but it's just where you ache all the time, you don't feel good, you're lethargic, and it's nothing that's going to put you under or send you to Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, but it is something that is debilitating, and a lot of people deal with it. It's a very serious illness. Like I said years ago, I was told that that's probably what I have, and I never really focused on it more, but it is National Fibromyalgia Awareness Day. Each year on May the 12th, millions of people observe this day, shares the spotlight with other awareness days here today, but it affects more than 12 million Americans. It's a musculoskeletal syndrome and causes a variety of symptoms, including, well, as I said, widespread pain, tender points. And that's kind of how they told me that possibly that's what it is, because if you push right here, man, that hurts. Like when I get pushed right here, it hurts. And it's so weird. incapacitating fatigue, anxiety, depression,
I
migraines.
suffer from that incapacitating fatigue.
Irritable bowel syndrome, irritable bladder, insomnia, hypersensitivity to cold and hot, swelling, fibro fog, the inability to concentrate and focus. And it's so weird because a handful of these symptoms, is kind of why they looked at me and said, hey, this is maybe what's going on. So it is National Fibromyalgia Awareness Day today. Also, Billy, I know you got to get rolling here in just a few moments. We got you have 4 more minutes. What time do you got to get out of here?
Greg's not there today, so I can pretty much play
Greg.
hooky all day.
Oops,
he's probably listening.
We got 4 more minutes here.
I'm at work now, boss.
This also, I got to click on this one before I read it because, again, sometimes I go through this and, I'm not sure. This is national. Okay, here's another one, too. This is National Sapphire Segula Day. Single parents of special needs children deserve a day, especially for them, to celebrate the sacrifices they make every day caring for their child. The job is stressful, to say the least. Their days are busy, and so are their nights. Many go days with very little sleep or no sleep at all. In addition, there's endless advocating to make sure the child has access to services and support to help them live their best quality of life.
They deserve more than a day.
They deserve,
a year,
a lifetime.
every day, absolutely.
Yeah, and I've got a buddy that their son had a heart transplant, very young age. We're talking before, I believe he was 1 year old, had to have a heart transplant. And this young man is now 16, I believe, 17 years old. And, and there's some repercussions from that because during before the transplant, the reason that he needed it is there was a breathing tube that actually had got disconnected from what I understand and caused some brain damage. And this family, man, it'll just tear you up every time that you talk to them because of how compassionate they are and everything that they do for their boy. I mean, it's just a heart-touching story. And those folks, you're right. It's not just a day. I mean, these folks deserve a lifetime of celebration for what they do.
And families like that, they don't ask for help. They don't ask for you to feel bad for them. They just, want to be treated like everybody else. And that just...
Yeah.
They deserve instant into heaven.
That's right, 100%. It's also National Odometer Day, so if you got one of them old...
Roll it back.
Yeah, roll it back, baby. Let's just go on back. Come on, Biscuit, let's go. Yeah. Take that biscuit back to breakfast, man. Odometer, you know what an odometer is. It measures the miles you go. I don't know why they would name a day after National Odometer Day. You know what's funny is there's probably somebody out there that collects odometers. There probably is.
And they're having today is their day.
Today is their day, man.
They're having their tea party.
Yeah, they're having the tea party the whole night. No joke. One day I've always been fascinated. I'm not like this huge fan, but I've always been fascinated with tornado sirens. And just those kind of horns, if you will.
That explains a lot.
No, and so I go on YouTube just as a joke. There's like fan clubs for tornado sirens. I was like, okay, I'm not that into it. But literally, and someone commented, I don't even know how they come up with this, there was comments on a YouTube video, oh, the SRB 40, that's the SRB 42 XL. I know that tone anywhere. Such a beautiful tone. I'm like, this person even knew the model number. I was like, how do you know this?
Well, maybe we should introduce you into a TDCJ count whistle.
Oh, I love that. I didn't know what that was until the other day, man. Kay Boning told me what it was.
What's great is when there's someone who's not from around here and they hear that. What is that? Oh, dude, there's one on the loose.
I thought it was a tornado siren. We had a bad storm coming through here one day, and I hear that going off, and I'm like, that thing blew in the middle of a storm. I thought it was a tornado siren. I'm ducking under the desk here, man.
It's either count time or count is clear.
Hey, here you go. It's National Nutty Fudge Day. So a little nutty fudge to start your Friday here. How about that, man? I'm
good with that.
I do like fudge, and I do like,
do you like your fudge nutty?
Yeah, that's all right, man. Hey, here's a really important one that is today also. It's National Military Spouse Appreciation Day. And all of us know someone that has served or is currently serving, and we know the strains that puts on a family.
Oh, yeah.
So we want to say thank you not only to all of our service members, but those here at home that are married to someone or involved with someone in a relationship that's in the military.
Yeah,
that's tough.
That's no easy game right there.
And then also today, here we go to close out the week. It's International Nurses Day. And so we appreciate all the nurses. Bridget, I love you, sweetheart. She is a nurse and working on getting her BSN. And it is International Nurses Day today. So there you go, Billy. That's everything in a nutshell,
hey,
man.
Nurses, man, I can't tell you how many times I went to the doctor and I've got more out of the nurse than I did the doctor.
Yeah, no joke.
Yeah.
There was a PA, actually, and I had a great doctor growing up, in my hometown. But the PA, she was always awesome. And I'll never forget Dr. Jeterpay. She was awesome. And so she always took good care of me. And before that was Dr. Benold. And Dr. Benold passed away recently, and he was a tremendous person in my life. It's kind of cool. Huntsville reminds me a lot of like Georgetown where I grew up because, I mean, the doctor.
We're awesome.
Yeah, because you're awesome, and then because we're awesome. And then secondly, I mean, the doctor who delivers you is going to take care of you until you're like 70 years old, and that's why Dr. Benold was. He took care of me throughout my life. Now, he did not deliver me. Dr. Pierce did. And I made it a priority to know my doctors when I was a kid and to know who delivered me. And Dr. Richard Pierce delivered me. Dr. Benold was supposed to deliver me. He told my mom, I'm going on vacation, but don't worry, you're not going to have that baby. And guess what? Dr. Pierce delivered me. And he was playing soccer with some kids and had soccer shorts on and ran in and delivered me that day. And that's the way.
Hence your love of sports.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles. So there you go. Hey, are you ready to give away some prizes here, Billy?
Yeah, since I can't have them, I guess let's give them away.
All right, here we go. We're going to randomize it here. And
ooh, that's interesting. I like the way it does that.
We're randomizing, and it will be, boom, who do we got here today? Oh, Tammy. Miss Tammy Trotter Shoot. And if I messed up your last name, I'm sorry. But, Tammy, you are the winner this morning. You have won the beautiful bouquet of flowers from our good friends at Sweet Caroline's Floral Shop. So make sure you get these, and also make sure you go and buy more flowers from her down the road. Also, we're going to give you those 2 Wind Down Whiskey Up. Come on down there and get the rest of it right there. Get your old hairy belly on down here this weekend. Wind Down Whiskey Up. We got those 2 tickets for you, and we're going to throw in a Klein card. This is over $100. So, Tammy, send us a direct message if you don't mind, or a comment, and we will figure out how to get this over to you.
Yeah, tell us where you is.
Yeah, tell us where you is. We're going to get over there right now. Man, what a fun show. This is one of the most fun episodes I've had. I mean, I always have fun, but this was great today, Billy.
Love it.
Yeah. So, and what'd you call it again? The Biscuit, what was it?
Biscuit Brothers.
The old Biscuit Brothers, yeah. So
now, I'm sure they probably have that name's probably LLC or something.
It is, and that's a homage to our good friend Cooter and Leroy. So,
absolutely.
That is not us, but we're gonna continue to talk about all good things happening here in Huntsville, Texas. And make sure to join us every single weekday morning. It is great, and so we want to make sure that we always highlight all the wonderful things that are happening here in our community. And I love what Tammy just said. She said, it's my first Mother's Day living in Huntsville. And all these people are saying, congrats, Tammy. You know that in their heart.
This is the same Tammy that just won?
The same Tammy that just won,
See,
yeah.
great things happen when you come to Huntsville.
That's right.
That's right.
Great things happen, and great things happen when you watch this show. And all those folks that are saying congratulations, that is awesome. We also celebrate success of others here in this community.
They love you.
So, well, friends, thanks again for being a part of this one. It's been a fun episode. We'll be back at it next week. I do want to remind you, maybe you're a nonprofit. You'd like to be featured here on this show. Hey, we'd love to hear from you. We do have some open spots. Those usually fill up very, very quickly. We're going to try to have our friend Jack from the VFW on next week, so that's a little bit of a teaser. Yeah. He's going to come in and talk about the Buddy Poppies that they give away every year. My dad was a post commander of 85-87 Ben D. Snowden post there in Georgetown. It was also named Post of the Year one year, which was exciting for all of the VFW posts in the U.S. Just about a decade ago, but he'll be on, and we're going to highlight many more. So if you're a nonprofit in the community, maybe you're watching the show and you said, you know what, Rob, I'd really like to be a part of the show. I'd like to highlight my nonprofit. We do the background. We make sure that you're in good standing and that you are a legitimate nonprofit here in this community, but we'd love to have you on. So just comment. You can always send us a message on Hello Huntsville or wherever you're watching this show, and we will get back to you. So, Billy, what are you thankful for today, man?
I'm just thankful for the opportunity to be here and serve my community.
Love it. Love it. I'm just thankful that you're my friend.
Oh, that's sweet.
So we're going to leave it on that today.
There we go.
Thank you for being a friend. Boom, boom, boom. We won't ever sing again until next week.
Yeah, we're still waiting on that YouTube record release deal. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. We've got 2 subscribers now. So, hey, friends, we love you. Again, go out and support Lady Hornets tonight, Grand Oak. They are playing, and it's an elimination game. If they win, they'll go on and play another. If not, that will wrap it up for them. But we are believing for a Lady Hornet win in softball here this afternoon or later tonight. And also for our friends in New Waverly. That's why I'm supporting the New Waverly baseball shirt today. We are believing for a New Waverly win versus Diboll. That game will get started at 4 p.m. We'll have it right here on Hello Huntsville and also throughout SHN and our entire network. So support our friends and our kiddos in New Waverly as well. Thank you, Billy. Good to see you, man. God bless you. Have a wonderful weekend. And all of you out there, we love you. You have a good weekend as well. And as we end every single broadcast, we want to remind you this morning that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Until next time, a big thank you to Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We'll see you. Good morning, Huntsville, and God bless. Have a great weekend, and happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mamas out there. We'll see you.